Hello, Standard 6. Your Arun sir going to teach science, uh, chapter 9, classification of living things, and it is part 4. Dear children, in this chapter, what things we discussed? Let me recapitulate in short. We have discussed about the importance of classification, what is classification. We have discussed the two groups in which living organisms were classified, and those two groups were plants and animals. We discussed in detail about the classification of plants on different bases. For example, on the basis of flowering and non-flowering, on the basis of shape and size, herbs, shrubs and trees, on the basis of habitat, mesophyte, xerophyte and hydrophytes. These we have discussed. We discussed about the classification of animal, that animals were classified in two broad groups, and those two broad groups were vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates have got their backbone, and invertebrates these backbones are not present. We have also discussed about the parasitic animals which were invertebrates, mollusks, the invertebrates, and the worms. And in worms, we discussed about the flatworm, roundworm, and the segmented worm. Today, once more, I am going to discuss one group of invertebrate, and that group of invertebrate is the arthropods. Arthropoda. Arthropods. Now, very important in classification. First thing, that they are invertebrates. Means they do not have backbone. Second thing, this group is the largest group. This group is the largest group. Maximum animals comes in this group only, arthropods. Very clear? And third thing, that can live in air, water and on land. Can live on land, air and water. Means everywhere they can live. And the most important part of arthropod characteristic, that they have jointed legs. Jointed legs. Now let me make you understand about the jointed legs. See, you must have seen crabs. Their legs are like this, piece, this way. Their legs are jointed. So, that part is very important. The important characteristic of arthropod is that they have got jointed legs. Very clear? Now, arthropod is just a name of the groups you have to learn. This arthropod is classified into four groups. This arthropod is classified into four groups, and those four groups are, and one example is sufficient. Crustaceans. Arthropods are classified in four groups, and those four groups are crustacean, second number arachnids, third number First is crustacean, arachnids, insects, and fourth one is the myriapoda. And one example let us discuss. Crustacean, crabs. Crab come under crustacean. Crab you have seen now. Next, arachnids, spider. Insects, many insects you are knowing, like grasshopper, beetle, grasshopper, myriapoda. In myriapoda comes centipedes. Now dear children, once more let me try to make you understand that arthropods belongs to the invertebrates group. They are the largest group of animals. They can live in land, water and air, and the main characteristic that they have got the jointed legs, and they are classified into four groups: crustacean, arachnids, insects and myriapoda. Only this much about the arthropods. Now one very interesting thing let us discuss, and that interesting thing is the scientific name. Listen, two type of names are there: common name and scientific name. And common name may confuse in different language, it is different, and people may be confused related to the organism when we will call common name. So scientists tried to make a name which is universal anywhere in the world. No one will be confused about that name. Very clear or not? And scientific names, it was given by a scientist, and the name of that scientist is Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. He was the scientist who gave the scientific name. Now, scientific name contain two letters. That part is very important. Scientific name contain two letters. For example, if we are talking about the human being, so human being scientific name is Homo sapien. It is the scientific name of human being. Now two words are there, first and second. You have seen first started with capital letter and second started with a small letter. First represents a group, and that group is the genus, and second represents a group called a species. In classification, you will learn in higher classes about the genus and species. The smallest group of classification is the species, and common species makes the genus. Let me say see example, then it will be more clear. Scientific names. For example, cat. The scientific name of cat is Felis catus. Felis catus. Scientific name of tiger is Felis tigris. Tiger. Felis tigris. And scientific name of lion is Felis leo. Now see, what is common in this first word? It is common. Felis. Felis is what? This word represents genus. Means the genus of cat, tiger and lion is same. The genus of cat, lion and tiger is same. That is Felis, and species is different. Catus, tigris and leo. Very clear? Means they have got some common characteristic, and this is the scientific name. Now one more thing about the scientific name. While it is written, you will see if printed it is in italics, means a little bit curved, not straight, a little bit curved. For example, a mango, scientific name, mango, it is Mangifera indica. Okay, mango not given. Okay, onion, you are eating, its scientific name is Allium cepa. Allium cepa. Okay, see here, Allium is the genus and cepa is the species. Allium genus starts with capital and species start with a small letter, and if printed they are in italics. If you are writing this way, you will write, and separately you will underline it. You have to underline separately. Underline separately. Very clear on that. If you are writing the scientific name, the genus and species should be underlined separately. The first word genus starts with capital and second species starts with a small letter. And other scientific names are there, you can see many scientific names. Frog. Do you know the scientific name of frog? Rana tigrina. Very interesting, na? Rana tigrina. And it should be underlined separately. So this way you have to learn the scientific names also, and we have finished the chapter. The important part we have finished, and I will give you the question answer. This way we have completed the chapter. Thank you very much.